Now, just why are we here? What are we doing? And we're talking about criminalization of Islam, criminalization of dissent, criminalization of everything that our deen stands for. Well, who is organizing this event? It's CAGE and many partner organizations who have come together to open our eyes, open the eyes of the community to what's going on. CAGE has been doing this for the past 10 years. And had it not been for the brothers and sisters in CAGE, I do not include myself amongst it, I came in at a late stage after the boat was sailing and I jumped on. But the early days when people are too scared to say anything about Guantanamo Bay, except for they must be terrorists. They must be Al-Qaeda, they must be terrorists, they must be condemned. Those days, a key group of brothers and sisters came together and decided, you know what, let's stand for the brothers and sisters, let's stand in solidarity, let's stand up for their rights, let's stand for the truth. And their voices, their reports were being repeated for the last 10 years. So much so that the issue that we now know about the desecration of the Quran, the fact that the British government was complicit in the rendition and torture of Muslims throughout Europe, the fact that there was bases of CIA in Eastern European states where Muslims were renditioned to and tortured, the fact that the CIA and the British government were complicit in torture in the Horn of Africa, the fact that the war on terror continues unreported in Africa while everyone's attention is diverted in Iraq and Syria, all of these issues, CAGE has been at the forefront of exposing. And it's because it has been in that role. And now, only now, Barack Obama, finally 10 years on, admits, yeah, we tortured some folks. Finally, the things that we've been saying, that we have been criminalized for saying, he is admitting now. And I'm telling you, CAGE was a part of Jahangir's report in terms of bringing this to a mainstream level with the CAGE Prevent report that Jahangir authored. CAGE was the first to bring this to the attention of the masses in the Muslim community in Britain. Again, why is it that Prevent is suddenly on our case? We need to realize that when we stand up, we will be attacked. And now we have our brother Muazzam. His trial is coming up in just over 2 weeks' time. There's going to be things reported in this case. Maybe about CAGE, maybe about Muazzam. Stuff that may not sound right. But I ask you to remember that this stuff has been said about Muslims for 10 years. They have lied. They have deceived us. They have tried to pull the wool over your eyes, over my eyes. But alhamdulillah, we have withstood that test time and time again. So I'm going to ask you to please fill in those orange pledge forms. Stand with us. We don't have a bank account, so we need your cash. And it's the only way we will survive. Despite these restrictions on CAGE, despite the 6 months of our accounts closed, our directors being investigated, we're not even a charity, and the Charity Commission are investigating the charities that fund us. They have to get to us in some way. But despite that, in the past 6 months, we have produced a report about blowback on Syria, exposing the fallacy of the argument that the people who go to fight in Syria will come back and be a threat to this country. That report has been published. It's available. It's been sent to policymakers. We have been involved in exposing the complicity of the British government in the rendition of torture of a Birmingham man in Egypt and how he was sent to Turkey. Things that no one would know, but the fact that our brothers and sisters on the ground are working on these issues. We will not go down. They will keep attacking us. We will keep attacking us. Inshallah, with the permission of Allah, Allah give us the istiqamah to carry on exposing the truth.